Good afternoon, dear students. I hope you all are having a good day. I welcome you all on behalf of Scope. So, in today's webinar, the webinar presents how one can use the internet judiciously and rationally by making viewers aware of netiquettes to be considered while using online platforms. It also provides information and rules of netiquette along with what to share, what not to share. It presents a newly introduced concept of detoxification and social media diet to guide viewers on trimming of time wasters. Today we have with us Dr. Rahim Dhanani, who will guide us with the subject of the webinar. Thank you. Sir, all yours.
Okay, thank you very much. By the way, a very good afternoon, everyone. And before we begin today, I would like to thank Scope team as you have invited me today to speak on this wonderful subject, which is netiquettes, which is really the need of the time right now, because we all are netizens, as it has been mentioned in the subject itself. So, friends, as we know that in today's world, our digital presence is required. See, here we are not saying that no, we should be afraid of using media or go back, and we should not use any of the media platforms. But here we need to be very careful when we use platforms of media or perhaps internet, and that is why this is the session wherein we are going to address some of the issues of netiquettes. So without wasting a single moment, let me draw you people towards the presentation of this subject. Here our subject is netiquettes. It's a judicious and rationalized use of internet and trimming of time wasters. Now friends, I think this term netiquettes may be new to you because we have heard the term etiquettes, which begins with E. But here the term is netiquettes, which begins with N and tells something different than the etiquettes. But our virtual presence is right now seen on such platforms, be it Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Insta, LinkedIn, YouTube, and many more. Now, in our era, in our world, we have our two presences. Our actual presence, where we do live, our place, and our virtual presence, where we have our online platforms, our accounts. Now, if actually I am in Rajkot, say for an example, if actually I am in Rajkot, only those people who are around me would know. My family members, my friends, my neighbors, my immediate circle people, they would know that I am in Rajkot because actually I am right now in Rajkot. But when we mark our virtual presence, not only the people around us, but the entire world knows that you are there. Kindly understand this difference. Your actual presence is known by few inner circle people, but your virtual presence is known to the world because these are the global platforms. So friends, it's really necessary that we need to be very careful about our virtual presence because it's global and not local. Going ahead, the day arrives that the alphabets would be taught like this. I remember my school days when I was a kindergarten student. I used to go to my school and our alphabets were of A for apple, B for ball, C for cat and all. But in this generation, this alphabet has been changed. A for apple for sure, but it's an operating system. B for Bluetooth, C for chat, D for download. So yes, we are living in the digital era where we need to make ourselves in a digital way. So for sure, the day arrives that we are digital and we are going digital. But this is also alarming, something which we need to keep in mind. Now let us understand, first of all, what is etiquettes? As we know very well that etiquettes are the rules of polite and correct behavior. Say for an example, we have table etiquettes, we have dining etiquettes, telephone etiquettes. So when we go to a very high sounding fine dining restaurant for our lunch or dinner, we have to follow etiquettes there, table etiquettes or dining etiquettes. If we are making a call to our customers, we have to follow the telephone etiquettes. So these are etiquettes which defines the rule of polite and correct behavior. But netiquette. Now let us understand, netiquettes is nothing but this is again the rule of polite and correct behavior that is expected to be followed while using the internet. Now just adding N as a prefix before etiquettes, it becomes netiquettes. Here N stands for net, which is internet, because virtually we are connected with each other through internet. So that's why netiquettes must be followed when we are using any of the media platform for be it our personal communication as well as our professional communications. So I think now you must be clear regarding what is netiquette and what sort of things are required to follow netiquettes in our regular day-to-day communication. Let's go ahead. As I have mentioned in my previous slide that netiquette is a set of rules for behaving properly online. Now, when we are face to face with someone, when we are offline with someone, for sure, our behavior is proper, our dressing is proper, our facial gesture, our eye contact is proper. But when we go online, have we ever marked that whatever we are typing on our Insta post or on our Facebook post, is it going good? Is it hurting someone, someone's emotions, someone's religious belief, or someone's institutional beliefs? So this is the way we are to behave properly online so that we may not be the victim of sometimes it goes quite serious, as we have seen these days, many of the cases in the newspapers, how things are going viral. So yeah, that's a red light that's alarming us that being a good netizen, citizens, yeah, we are, for sure, we are good citizens, but being good netizens, these things are required. Now, let us see these two images and compare our lives, earlier versus now. This is the black and white picture, the earlier days when people used to enjoy their music. I'm the witness of this because in my schooling time, yeah, there was a tape recorder, but we had Walkman. I don't know how many of you have heard the word Walkman. Walkman is a small tape recorder which you can just carry in your school bag, and it is, you know, joined with the cord, and you are to keep your headphone in your ears and you can listen music, and such kind of cassettes are used to listen music and songs. So earlier it was a time where there were no cell phones, and in order to enjoy the music even, you are to take your tape recorder or Walkman with you, then and only then you can enjoy your music. But now, if we see this image, only a single device, which is our cell phone, or be it your tablet or your laptop, your single device gives you plenty of things. Your camera, your video recording, your social media accounts, your emails, your chatting, your WhatsApp, your music, everything is there in this single device. So yeah, this is a big shift, a big change between the life earlier and the life now. So yeah, in life earlier, there were very less things available, so less worries were available. But right now, in a single device, there are plenty of things available, so it gives us a zest that we need to be more careful than the earlier, because now we are going on such platforms. So now we all are netizens because we are using internet, we are using media platforms, we are using smartphones now. Even in the villages, in the remote areas, hardly you will find some person, or one or two maybe, hardly those who don't have cell phones and those who are still not available on any of the chatting platforms or any of the media platforms. Else, everyone has their own set of accounts and platforms to get connected with people these days. So being citizens also, we are netizens as well. This is a new term, netism, because it is a mixture of two words, net and citizens. So it becomes netizens. People, those who use internet, they are netizens. So now, being netizens, there are some duties we need to follow, and there are some rules we need to keep in mind when we are terming ourselves as netizens, and such rules are called netiquettes. Going further, there are few rules of netiquettes which I think we need to follow. Now, first of all, we'll see from left to right. So this is rule number 1. Rule number one is remember the human. Friends, we know that our use of internet, our use of media platforms are marked by most of the people who are our friends in our circle and globally as well. So these platforms are virtual, no doubt, but those who access these platforms are humans. So we should not harm humans' feelings. We need to be very, our approach of using internet should be humanistic. We are not supposed to post anything which harms anyone's feelings or emotions, because ultimately those who are reading our posts are humans. So rule number one to follow such netiquette is remember the human, the user, you yourself, I myself am a human, and the viewers, the readers of your posts are humans as well. So keeping these things in mind, we need to use internet. We need to share, for sure. We are sharing our experiences, we are sharing good memories over media platforms, but we need to be sure that it is not harming anyone's emotions or anyone's feelings or maybe attitude. Rule number two, I'm highlighting it with the yellow mark, if you can see on the screen. Know where you are in a digital place. So that is really important, because these days people have multiple accounts. They have their social media platforms, they have their professional media platforms, they have their other platforms. So a single person may be using multiple platforms to communicate with the people, personally to friends, relatives, professionally to customers, clients, business partners. So here one needs to be careful regarding communication, digital presence. I'll give you one small example. Say for an example, you are on Facebook, wherein you share your memories, your picnic photographs, your annual day functions photos, or something which you have achieved. Is it? There your language is different. You can use hashtag, you can use many trendy words, English words there, because it's a social media platform. But if you have your account on LinkedIn, which is a professional platform used by professional people, there you need to recognize that you are on the place, on a platform which is professional. Here you cannot upload your photos of your masti with pizza, or your picnic photos there on professional platforms, and you cannot use trendy words. So there we need to be sure that where we are digitally. Is it a social media platform where I can use my where I can share my experience, where I can share my achievements, my memories, my picnic and all? Fine, you can do it. But if it is a professional platform, there you need to be careful and you need to behave professionally. Your language, even your photos must be professional. Rule number three of netiquettes, and that is the difference between your online life versus your real life. Here, let me give you two things altogether simultaneously. Friends, we know very well that in our real life, we face many problems, and one may say that life is a synonym of problems, and we solve these problems and we march ahead in our life. But when we see someone's post over media on any of the platforms, if you see someone has updated WhatsApp status wherein someone is having delicious dinner with the family, they are enjoying a lot, they are attending someone's marriage or someone's birthday party, and then suddenly you start thinking, oh man, see his life, how beautifully, how wonderfully this person is living his life. See, poor am I can't enjoy, my food is not yum. Come on. Because sometimes if we are not understanding the difference of online life, which is shown, and the real life, which is lived by people actually, we start comparing. And when the comparison enters, we start comparing our lives with others' lives. And then what happens? For sure, being a human, we see our lives in disgrace and we start feeling that, oh, someone is living better life than me. But it was shown online. Have you ever seen that someone has posted something on the media like, hey, today I'm not happy, or a crying face which shows that today I'm not feeling well, I require a support, I am in a bad need of money. No, because most of the people generally share only happy things over media platform. Even you yourself, what do you share over media platforms? Your good memories, your happy moments, your achievements, something which is really a big news for you. Only those things are shared on media, on internet. And when you see such things, try to observe that this is the online life and this is the real life. So here, number one, that we should not compare our lives with others' lives and we should not be sad. For sure, we are living our life in a best possible manner. Number two, thing number two is as we are showing ourselves in real life, we need to show ourselves the same on our virtual life, on online life. The way we are following ethics and rules, we are ethical in our real life, actually in our real life. In the same way, we need to be ethical on our online life, as we are not cheating teachers, our relatives. In the same way, we should not do such things online. I remember when it was a COVID time and things were virtual online. So one of my students, he told me that, sir, when you are taking sessions on the media platform, your cameras are on and our cameras are off. So do you know that only few students attend your sessions? Otherwise, they just off the cameras and they run here and there. So you know that only few students just pay attention on what you say. Otherwise, else are God knows where. So here, this comes your real life versus your online life. The way you are attending sessions really in the classroom, if you are attending sessions online, and the way you are giving your attention in the classroom, you should give the same attention in online class as well. So this is rule number 3, your online life and your real life. Now, rule number 4, respect time and bandwidth. Now, we know that sometimes we take the gadget, just flip photos and we just chat with someone. And sometimes we think that, oh man, it's just an hour. Hours and hours we spend time on internet, on media platforms. And sometimes even our package of internet, it has a limitation, a 2 GB package or 3 GB package a day. It ends in the noon itself. And then we are in a sort of data. So why don't we make it very time bound, and we should use in a way that we can save our time for our creativity and for ourselves, and we are not in a shortage of bandwidth. So respecting time and bandwidth is also the rule of using internet, which is included in the Netiquettes. Rule number 5, make yourself look good online. Now, what does that mean? Is it a thing that I should post a very good photo wherein I look really beautiful and handsome and I should upload such photos online? No. Even if you are doing it, it's good. But here we mean that we should post only those things which includes quality in itself. Say for an example, being an English language trainer, if I post something on media which has many grammatical or even spelling errors, how do people see it? Someone may write in the comment section that, dear sir, you are an English trainer, but don't you see that you make many errors in your grammar or you have many errors in your spelling? Online na kat di na meri. Yeah. So here, rule number 5 means to say that make yourself look good online means things which you upload should have quality. You can go for spell check, error check, and then you upload something which looks really good, soothing. When people read it, they feel delighted. For sure, we have seen that we are not uploading anything which harms anyone's emotion or which harms anyone's either social or political beliefs. But with that, what sort of things we are uploading online should be grammatically error-free. We should not go with errors online. And friends, we know very well that this is the page using media platforms and you are online very active. Say for an example, you are sending your profile, your resume to a company which requires an employee like you, and you have mentioned that you are digitally active. For sure, these people, even the HR of the company, will go to your media account and will surf your account and see, oh man, this person is using horrible English. See the language. This language is really harmful. How can we adapt? How can we hire such people here in our organization, in our company? So just imagine, friends, that if you are not looking good online, it can affect you in future in your professional career. Rule number 6, share expert knowledge. Now, what is this? Expert knowledge means, do I need to be expert? No. We know very well, friends, that sometimes we share anything on media. Forwarding, the new term, forwarding message and all. And something which is forwarded to me, I just go through with a bird eye view. I don't read it and I just forward it to 10 of my friends. And those 10 of my friends will again read like, in a haphazard way, and they forward the same thing to another 20 people. Now this forwarding creates havoc. Now here rule number 6 says that share only authentic content on which you can trust, the content which is trustworthy and you personally feel that, yeah, this is something important that my friend should know, my family member should know. So this idea of forwarding anything on internet, on media platforms, I think it's not good. First of all, we should check by ourselves that what has been forwarded to me, is it useful? Is it useful to my family members and friends? Then and only then we share those things. Rule number 7, check your opinions and emotions. Sometimes when we are not in a good mood, we post something on internet, on media, and because we are not in a good mood, someone has reacted against our posts. And what happens? You may find the battle of comments under that post. But here we need to be sure that we are to argue ideas, not the people. Yeah, you may be agree, you may be disagree the ideas which are shared, but that doesn't mean that you are arguing with that person. You are arguing that person's idea. Your language should seem in that way. Rule number 8, respect others' privacy. Now, how can we respect others' privacy? I'm a writer. I write poems and I upload my poems on my platforms. But, one of my friends who reads my poems, he even likes my poems and he shares my poems on his platforms without asking me or without giving credit to me. Now, this is, you are breaking privacy. So if you are uploading something on internet or you are sharing something on your status, on your media accounts, make sure that first you ask the person that should I share this with your name, and do not forget to give credit to that person. Otherwise, it seems that something which is written by you, something which is uploaded by you is written by you. So start respecting others' privacy. First of all, ask that person. Don't share anything directly without asking that person. Maybe that person may not agree that, hey, how can you share such things without asking me? So ask that person. If the person agrees that, yeah, you can share my content on your platform, fine, say thank you, and then share that content with his name. Give credit to that person. It's a really good netiquette you are following. Rule number 9, don't abuse your power. So I don't think so that I have to say much on that. We are not to misuse our power over media. We are not to use offensive language on our on internet, on our media platforms, which even sometimes makes you embarrassed. And rule number 10, forgive mistakes. Sometimes it happens that someone has hurt me, and I think that you hurt me, now I will ruin you online. And that person writes, so much of bad things about that person online, and then he thinks that I will make this person, I will humiliate this person on online platform and all. Don't do that. Why don't we forgive that person's mistake? Yeah, and if someone is doing something online, say for an example, you are posting something online and someone is commenting on that in a negative way. So every time it's not necessary that you do the same thing with that person. Forgive that person, forgive the mistake of that person, and let us go ahead. So these are some rules which we need to keep in mind to follow the netiquettes. Now, this is a proverb which we have been, I think, listening since we were in school. Yeah, our teachers, even our family members, they always tell that, hey, sharing is caring. This happens particularly in the families where more than 2 kids are there, and there is only one toy or only one food item, and then they both are snatching this thing. And then we say that, hey, sharing is caring. We should always share what we have in excess. It's good. But when we are using internet, following netiquettes, I really appreciate Meghalaya police. So this is the movement they have started. This is the picture of this media platforms I have taken from Meghalaya police, that sharing isn't always caring. Where? In home, with siblings, with families? No. See this picture, observe this picture carefully, and you can see that there is a gadget, cell phone in one hand, there is a share button, and the way we are sharing things without watching. So yeah, sharing is caring, we know, but on internet, if we are sharing something without thinking, then I think it's not caring. So sharing isn't always caring. What does that mean? It means that if we are sharing something on internet, first of all, let us check the authenticity, the truthfulness of that content, and then we should share it. Without watching all these things, if we are sharing such things over internet, I think we are misleading ourselves as well as we are misleading other people. And we should not do that being good, better netizens. Now, these things we need to keep in mind when we click. Now, friends, we know very well that we got freedom of clicking these days. We have freedom. We have this freedom that we can click any of the media post. We can like our friends any photo. We can post our comment. We can tweet someone. But we should do all these things before thinking once. If you are using internet, any of the media platforms, first of all, let us think this information which you are uploading, which you are sharing, can this information be used to locate or identify me offline? Because I had mentioned this in the beginning of this webinar that offline, our offline presence is marked by very few people. And we know very well that it's something which is private. We keep it in a private way. It's our privacy. We don't tell everyone that, yeah, I am here. So informations which we are sharing over media or internet, if this information is locating us offline, I think we should think first and we should click. Number two, can this information make it easier for someone to cyberbully me, hack my accounts, or steal my identity? These days, we know very well that this cyberbullying is happening. Hackers are active. Someone's identity is stolen. And by stealing that identity, people are making fake accounts. And from those fake accounts, they are messaging people. Yeah, they are requesting for money to other people, to our relatives and all. So if we are clicking on such suspicious platforms, kindly think once before you click and check if cyberbullying, hacking, or stealing identity is prevailing there. Don't go with that. Number three, would I want this information to show up in a search engine's result for my name? Yeah, so we know we have a very well-renowned search engine. And even if we are sharing something over internet and we are sharing with our name, so we should be careful that something which you are sharing with your own name and it appears on the search engine, and if the things, the content which you have uploaded, which you have shared is not favorable to few people, even they may attack on you there. Number four, is this something I wouldn't my loved ones to see? Some photos wherein you do not look in a professional way. Is it something which is not shareable at all and you are sharing it? So just think before you click that is it something which is not which you want your loved one to see on media you are doing? Is this information that someone could use against me in some way? Content or any useful information which you are uploading, which you are sharing, that can be used against you in some way. Is it like this? If it is like that, don't click. Number six, is this information that would help someone guess my password? Yeah, passwords are very private. We even don't give a single zest to people to guess about what can be our password. So if we are sharing such things, yeah, our birth date, our some of the numeric or digital combination which we are keeping on our media profile and all, maybe some people are quite intellectual that they may guess that it may be the password, or hackers can hack your accounts. Would this information give someone the wrong impression about me? So if such content is there and you are sharing this, don't share. Think before you click is the option which we should follow to follow good netiquettes. And is it going to be a problem if I can't take this information back? Now we know, friends, that something which we are uploading on internet, on some social media platforms, it goes viral like anything. Yeah, we have option to delete it. But by the time we delete that, some of the people may have taken the screenshots, or some of the people, even after taking screenshots, they may have viral it by your name. Things which are not favorable, the things which are not a good information. So before we upload something, let us think that if I can't take this information back, what will happen? Now, moving further, let us see what to share and what not to share. Number one, share your favorite brand. For sure, you can share your favorite brands, but not which store you visit frequently. Yeah, you should not tell people that you frequently visit this store. Maybe someone may chase you there. Number two, share your pet's name, but not which park you take that pet to. You can share your pet's name there on internet, but you should never share that on which park you take your pet every day. Maybe chasing. Number three, share your favorite food. You can tell people globally that I like to eat continental, I like to eat what sort of multi-cuisine dishes, but not which restaurant you go to all the time, because this is something, your privacy. Share what sports you play, but not what team you play for. You can share your favorite sports to people, but playing for which team you are, admiring which team, people may disagree to you even. Yeah, if you tell that, hey, in some of the sports, I like this country's team, and people would disagree. How can you do this? So you can share your favorite sports, but never share your favorite team. Share which books you have read. This is really a good sharing, that you tell people it's a good book to read, but not which library is near your house. People can easily locate even your home. Share your opinion. You can share your opinion about something freely, but not if it's going to hurt someone's feelings or offend someone. Check first of all if your feeling is hurting someone's beliefs. You should not share it. Why don't we share such things face to face with our friends? Why are we telling people globally that these things are prevailing? So better not to share such things on internet. Rather we share our feelings with the family members, with siblings, with our best friends, so that it may save us from such havocs. And share a funny picture of a squirrel. You can share it. If you are a good photographer, you can click a funny picture of a squirrel, but not a picture of you acting squirrely. Yeah, otherwise people will use this picture as a meme and people start making it viral. So this is share versus share not. What to share and what not to share. Now we need to remember this thing, that if in the era of this digital media, if information can be shared more easily, as we know that technology is advancing, so can misinformation and disinformation. If truth can spread more quickly and more widely, then so can error and falsehood. We know, friends, that earlier it's a rainy season these days. So I remember my childhood when I was in my school. It was a heavy rain. We, used to go in rain. We used to enjoy like anything. And then we used to wait for the next day's newspaper in order to know how much rain is there in our area. But today, when it's raining and once the rain stops, directly after that, you can check online how much rain fall. So this is a really This is really a time where the information is shared rapidly, in a swift, just in a snap. You'll come to know what things are going on in other parts of the world. So information is shared easily, very quickly, just in a snap of this. But so is the case with of misinformation and disinformation. इंफॉर्मेशन तो ट्रैवल करता ही है, बट अगर इंफॉर्मेशन इतना जल्दी ट्रैवल कर सकता है, फॉर श्योर जो भी मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन है और जो भी डिसइंफॉर्मेशन है वो भी उतना ही जल्दी ट्रैवल करता है. एंड दैट्स व्हाई व्हेन समथिंग कम्स टू यू, वी नीड टू चेक, इज इट एन इंफॉर्मेशन, इज इट अ मिसइंफॉर्मेशन, or is it a disinformation? And then and only then we forward, we share with others. Now let us check what is this misinformation and disinformation. Information we know, yeah, information, something which is really useful, that's information. But what is misinformation? Misinformation is when false information is shared, but no harm is meant. Say for an example, someone has shared the false information that in Rajkot there is much rainfall. Now this is misinformation. In Rajkot, yeah, it's nothing like much rainfall. So it's misinformation. Here, there is no harm. If someone would know that in Rajkot there is much rainfall, what that person would do? They may just call and ask their friends that, hey, is everything okay in Rajkot and all. So this is misinformation. When false information is shared, but no harm is meant. Now, what is disinformation? Disinformation is when false information is knowingly shared to cause harm. Yeah, this is disinformation. Here we need to be very careful because it is knowingly shared. No, it's not unknowingly. It's knowingly shared to cause harm. Yeah, it harms also. This disinformation. So in this era, on internet, information, misinformation, and disinformation, they all travel together. And this is the reason why we need to be careful when we are sharing content over internet. And being internet users, being netizens, these are the things which are applicable to us as well. Now, let us understand the concept of digital detoxification and social media fasting. Friends, in our culture, we know that when monsoon begins, it's almost festive season with rain. And we also see that many people do fasts on frequent days, on frequent occasions. And scientifically, this detoxification has also its scientific definition, that it removes some harmful things from your body. But here we are talking about digital detoxification and how can we follow social media diet. So those who know very well that the benefits of having a good diet, healthy food, yeah, so we avoid junks. And I think we must have set a frame that only once in a week I will have junks, else I will have only healthy food, only healthy drinks and all. So it keeps us really healthy physically and mentally as well. Why don't we set such rules for using internet, for using our cell phone, for accessing media platforms? It really keeps us healthy. It really helps us to enhance our time, really create social media fasting. So let us see how can we follow this digital detoxification and how can we use this social media fasting over internet. Now, rule number 1 is less screen and more sunscreen. Now, I have seen many people, those who just they wake up and they take their phone and they scroll screen like anything. Come on, man. Just early in the morning, you are with your phone. If it's really urgent, fine, we may understand. But early in the morning, why don't we feel this morning fragrance? Yeah, we just go outside in our balcony. We feel the fresh air, the rising sun, birds chirping. So this tells us that we should give less screen time, and we should take a walk, and we should spend our time with the nature. It really keeps us healthy, and it has its positive impact as well. So I think we all should follow this detoxification, that less screen and more sunscreen. So it keeps us really healthy mentally, and you may see the positive vibes around you when you follow this. Number two is be a one task person. Now, when a person is active digitally, I remember one of the incidents when I was with my friends. I was with one of the friends, and he was on his laptop, and I have seen that man, how many tabs are open? One tab of this search, another tab of your Facebook, third tab of your WhatsApp, fourth tab of your favorite movie, fifth tab of YouTube, sixth tab of your web series, and what sort of things you are doing on a single screen. He says, I am accessing everything all together. Here, we don't need to be multitasking. We need to be a person who does one task at a time. It keeps us involved. अगर एक साथ सारी जगह पे ध्यान दे रहे हैं, those who are working in kitchen, जो लोग किचन में काम करते हैं, they know very well. एक बाजू से स्टव ऑन है, एक बाजू से फ्रिज में से कुछ निकाल रहे हैं, एक बाजू से यहाँ पर कुछ चल रहा है, कोई ना कोई चीज छूट जाती है, या तो दूध उबर के बाहर आ जाएगा, या तो फ्रिज खुला छूट जाएगा, या तो कोई चीज अगर रखी है वहां पे तो कोई आके ले जाएगा. So if we are focusing on one task at a time, we can give perfection to that task, even when you are using internet. Sometimes it happens that so many things are opened up on our screen, हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि what we are doing on screen, और कहाँ की पोस्ट कहाँ डाल देते हैं हम. And again, it is misleading sometimes. So we should be a one task person on internet. Number three, declutter your head. Now, what do we mean by, first of all, declutter? Declutter means that actually the meaning of this word is you do catharsis of whatever is there in your mind. But sometimes it happens that while using internet, we post something which is hurting someone's religious belief, and that person has revolted there in the comment section. अब ये पूरा दिन चलेगा आपके mind that, come on man, early in the morning I have posted something and someone has given me disagreement. This may prevail there in your mind, not for the entire day, but sometimes for entire week, and it keeps you disturbed. पूरा दिन आप disturb रहेंगे कि someone has disagreed me today early in the morning on my social media post or on my some of the comments. So what sort of things are there? ऐसी कोई अगर चीज है भी, then share it with your inner circle. Try to know the truth, the fact, and then you will actually realize what is the actual thing which is there. So here, one negative incident, अगर कोई भी negative चीज बनती है on that platform, it ruins your day, it ruins your week, and sometimes it ruins your character online. Mark the word, it ruins your character online. One false click, one false update, one false upload can ruin you. So in सबसे बचने के लिए, keep away from such things. Is making time now. Now I have seen my few of the friends, they are practicing this social media diet. So how do they do that? You know, the way we follow diet in our day-to-day lives, that on once in a week, I will have only 2 times food twice a day. Generally, we have thrice a day, but on particularly Saturday, I will have only twice a day. On one of the days of the week, I will have food only once a day, else water. This is how we are keeping our body, our metabolic activities healthy. Similarly, why don't we be time bound to use internet? Say for an example, from 10 p.m. to next morning 9 a.m. रात को 10 बजे से लेके सुबह 8 बजे तक, no cell phone time. I will not touch my cell phone. This is how we can make it time bound. और ये हो जाएगा आपका डाइट. Because from 10 p.m. up to 8 a.m. in the next morning, we are with the families. और अगर families के साथ है, we can talk, we can share ideas, we can actually be with them. Otherwise, what happens? We are with the families, but everyone has the gadgets. Yeah, they are talking to each other, but they are again chatting with the another friend. यहाँ पे पापा के साथ बात चल रही है, उधर फ्रेंड के साथ, उधर कोई और तीसरे फ्रेंड के साथ. फिर कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है कि things which we have to tell to our friend, we are telling our papa. Yeah. So let us make it time bound, and इस तरह अगर हम शुरू करें कि no cell phone time, let us decide few hours in a day wherein you will not touch your cell phone, or at least, चलो cell phone touch करने की बात नहीं करते, but at least no internet access time. कि भाई दिन में 2 या 3 घंटा तो ऐसा रहेगा ही wherein I will not own my internet. अगर इंटरनेट ऑन होगा, then some pop-ups would show up. Then मुझे ऐसा लगे कि चलो किसका मैसेज है, let me reply this person, yeah, let me see these things. So in a day, let us keep this 1 or 2 or 3 hours as no internet hours, and you will see change in yourselves. You will see that you have positive energy. Now you are utilizing your time in a good manner. You are focusing on things which you are to do, and such things can help you a lot in your career as well as in your professional background. So at last, friends, remember that technology is invented to save time. Technology invent ही की गई है समय बचाने के लिए. Is it? पहले था ना ऐसा, that I write postcard, then I post it, that message goes to that person after a day, that person reads, then he sends me reply, that reply comes to me after a day. This is how the communication was done. You ask your grandparents if they are with you, that how they used to write postcards. But right now, just type, click. For sure, technology is invented to save time, but let us not prove this wrong by keeping ourselves busy all the day, saying we don't have time while using gadgets. अब जिसकी खासियत ही है समय को बचाना, उसको यूज कर करके हम लोगों को ऐसा बोल रहे हैं कि I don't have time. अब टाइम बचाने के लिए तो इसको बनाया है, अब यही यूज करते हैं, हम बोलते हैं कि we don't have time. So ये कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन ना हो, इसका हम पूरा ख्याल रखें. For sure, we are to use technology, we are digitally active, we are to be better netizens, but with that, all these netiquettes are to be followed. I hope this session has helped you, and I thank all of you that you have listened me, and I hope that you are going to follow such netiquettes in your lives. And I wish you all the best. Have a good day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to all the students who have joined the webinar.